Hello and welcome to today's lecture. We're going to start chapter 1.1, an overview of statistics. Very well, we're going to begin this chapter by giving some definitions. The first definition is just definition of data. What is data? Data consists of information coming from observations, counts, and measurements or responses. What is statistics? Statistics is a branch of math that involves collecting data, organizing data, analyzing, and interpreting data. When it comes to data, we're interested in classifying data into two sets. The first set, or the bigger set, is called the population, and the smaller set is called the sample. A population is the collection of all outcomes, responses, measurements, or counts that are of interest. So all outcomes. A sample is a subset or a small part of a population. Let us take a look at example 1 to feel more comfortable about population and sample. In a recent survey, 614 small business owners in the United States were asked whether they thought their company's Facebook presence was valuable or not. 258 of the 614 respondents said yes, identify the population and the sample. Very well, please take a minute or two. Think about this question, then we go over the solution together. Very well. The population consists of the responses of all small business owners, all of them. And the sample consists of the responses of the 614 small business owners. So the population consists of all small business owners, and the sample, the subset, is the responses of small business owner in the survey. When it comes to population characteristic like the mean, standard deviation, and variance, we refer to those characteristics as parameter. When it comes to a sample characteristic like mean, standard deviation, or variance, we are talking about statistic of that sample. Let us take a look at some examples to feel more comfortable about parameter and statistic. The first one says, a recent survey on approximately 400,000 employers reported that the average starting salary for marketing majors is $53,400. The second one says, the freshman class at a university has an average SAT math score of 514, and 3 says, in a random check of 400 retail stores, the Food and Drug Administration found that 34% of stores were not storing fish at the proper temperature. Okay, guys, please pause the video. Think about the solution. Which one is representing a parameter for a population? Which one representing statistic for a sample? Then we go over the solution together. The answer to question 1 is sample statistic, because the average of $53,400 is based on a subset of population. So there is a bigger set involved here. So you found the sample statistic in 1. The second one is actually population parameter. It says the average SAT math score of 514 is based on the entire freshman class. All of them, everyone. So you're working with a population. And the third one is a sample statistic, because the percent, 34%, is based on a subset of population. 34% of how many? Very well, when it comes to statistics, we have different branches. The first branch is descriptive statistic, and the second branch is called inferential statistics. Let's go over the definition together. Descriptive statistics is the branch of statistics that involves the organization, summarization, and display of data. So you already have some data collection of values, and you're making them in nicer and compact format to visualize the data. Inferential statistics is the branch of statistics that involves using a sample to draw conclusions about population. Guys, remember that it's very hard and time-consuming to get information about population. So what do we do instead? We take some samples, we gather information from samples, and we make conclusions about population. Take a look at this example, descriptive and inferential statistics. Determine which part of the study represents the descriptive branch of statistics. What conclusions might be drawn from the study using the inferential statistics? The first one says, you have a large sample of men aged 48 was studied for 18 years. For unmarried men, approximately 70% were alive at age 65. For married men, 90% were alive at age 65. So you have some information, you gather those information, and you draw some conclusions. 2 says, in a sample of Wall Street analysis, the percentage who incorrectly forecasted high-tech earnings in a recent year was 44%. Please pause the video, think about the solution, then we go over them together. Very well. The first example is an example of descriptive statistics because it involves information that you already gathered and you made approximation 70%, 90% about the data that you already have. 2, this is actually represent the descriptive branch of statistic, which involves the statement like the percentage. Since you have percentage, you're talking about the descriptive statistics. So in both of them, if you make some conclusions about the general population, then you're working with inferential branch of statistics. For example, in one, if you say a possible inference drawn from the study is like saying that being married is related with a longer life for men, this is an inferential statistic. In the second one, the possible inferential statistic is related to, for example, saying that the stock market is difficult to predict even for professionals.